Yeah, hey Ben, how you doing? I just wanted to get, I guess, kind of your first impressions of the program, and just maybe give us a rundown of maybe how this whole process happened with you ending up at Arkansas.
Yeah, Coach, Coach Pittman reached out to me after our last game when I was at the University of Louisville. Just kind of asked me if this would be a place I'd be interested in. Absolutely, and told him absolutely I would be. And we kind of got a little bit further into talks and brought me down and was fortunate enough to interview with him and the staff and administration and Mr. Yurchek and got the green light and got the offer. And it's been rocking and rolling ever since.
I guess from a personal standpoint, what was kind of the moment that you knew you wanted to, be a strength and conditioning coach, or what were kind of the origins of you taking this path professionally?
Yeah, other than my immediate family, the most important people in my life, most influential people have been my coaches. From the high school level to the collegiate level to the coaches that I've been fortunate to be around in this profession. So just knowing how much of an impact you have on these young men, that's what's driven me to be in this profession, specifically strength conditioning. I was blessed to be around a lot of good strength coaches during my time as a student athlete at Western Kentucky, and just the caring and the motivation and the push and the want to and the hope that the coaches I were around, the hope that they gave us and to make us want to do better and strive to be our best. So it was a no-brainer that this is what I wanted to do.
Coach? Yeah, Coach, I'm curious how your relationship with Coach Pittman there at Georgia maybe influenced your decision to take this job.
It was very heavily. If it was somebody else, I probably wouldn't be sitting here before you. But I believe in Coach Pittman, not only as a coach, but as a man. I know how he does things. He's genuine. He truly cares about the players. He cares about the staff. He cares about this program. And it was a no brainer when he gave me the opportunity to come. I knew I was coming.
And I'm curious how the last year, running the strength and conditioning program there at Louisville, the Power Five program, how did you grow? What did you learn about yourself over the past year?
Well, I think sitting in this seat, you got to be able to answer a lot of questions. You got to be able to reflect and say, what do we do well? What do we not do well? And continue to build on that. I think it's easier said than done. A lot of people want to sit in this seat, but they don't realize what all goes on. You wear a lot of hats, a lot of hats, and from a mental aspect, physical. You talk about relationship with players, academics, nutrition. Obviously football, the scheme of football, sports science. I mean, so just getting in there and talking about weights is probably just a small part of it. It's much more than that now.
Tom.
Hey Ben, welcome to NWA, man.
Yes, sir.
It's been a pretty quick rise. I mean, it wasn't that far away. You were in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
That's right.
What has clicked for you maybe that's helped you get up the ranks as quick as you have?
To be honest, I think just being fortunate to be around a lot of great coaches. I think being able to do a really, really good job when you get in front of those coaches, so that they believe and trust in you. Every day is a job interview for me. And I told these kids, the first day, last Monday. So we're about, I guess we're 10 days in now, right? 10 days in. So last Monday when I showed up, I told them, listen, you're going to get my best every day. And I expect to get yours. I'm going to respect you, but you guys are going to have to respect us, and we're on one mission. And this is to make a championship caliber program. Anything less is not good enough, and so setting the tone. But going back to that, I think it's just doing the best job you can, no matter where you're at, and the coaching profession is a small profession. It is large, but people talk. And I think if you do a good enough job, people are going to notice, people are going to talk. And I think it's just a matter of time before, you really, really get a a good opportunity. And, you know, it doesn't matter what level you coach at. That doesn't define how good of a coach you are. You know, there's really great coaches at D3, D2, 1AA, you know, Power 5, Group of 5. It don't matter. But I think for me, I've been fortunate to be around a lot of good coaches. My time at Georgia Tech, Georgia, and at Louisville, I think have made me ready for this position. You know, and just being around a lot of really good coaches and the resources and knowing how to use those resources and to keep growing the program. Never being status quo. You know, don't be satisfied. Continue to be better each and every day.
All right. I got a two-parter for you here. Last we heard from Sam Pittman after the Missouri game, he said we were out physical today, which I don't think any strength coach wants to hear. So I wonder maybe what he gave you as your charge, and then what have you seen from a leadership standpoint from in the time that you've been here? Who all's rising up for you?
Yeah, you know, obviously we've got to get better in the trenches. This game, this league, you got to win in the trench, and that's O-line and D-line. And so we've already put a huge premium on that. Our lifting and running, we start with our bigs on everything we do, and that's just to set the mindset of everything starts with you. You know, we're going to win and lose up front. And for us to be successful, our O-line and D-line got to understand that they lead the charge. So I think putting a premium on that. Second thing, when you talk about leadership, everybody wants to get better at leadership. Some guys don't know how. So it's our job as coaches and staff to help them lead, right? Help them understand what leadership is, put them in roles so that they can lead. And then once they're in those roles, we have to grow them to develop their leadership. But there's been several guys. I mean, KJ right off the bat from day one since I've been here has really been strong. You know, Rocket. I mean, you got the whole offensive line, the guys, you know, that have been here a long time. You know, your Bows, your Lukes, you know, who else? Chris Paul's been a younger guy that's, you know, stepped up, really been vocal here early. So, but it's been a great rapport. You know, the guys are hungry. They want to win. It's our job to make sure that we give them the best recipe to win.
Right. Hey, Ben. Welcome to Fayetteville. I was curious, you've seen a lot of facilities. I was curious what you thought about Arkansas's facilities, what you have to work with, weight room, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, our facilities are unreal, you know, especially with football-only complex, stadium's unbelievable. Our stadium's as nice as you're going to find in the country, and I honestly believe that. Our practice services are great. You know, we have an indoor, we have outdoor grass, outdoor turf. So, you know, multiple fields to practice on. You know, weight room, you talk about, I mean, it's probably one of the biggest weight rooms in the country. Especially, you're looking at 120, 130 yards long, about 20, 25 yards in width, but it's just so long. We have 20 racks. You know, there's some things that we're gonna upgrade and do, and some pieces that we're gonna add to it. But at the end of the day, a 45-pound plate from 20 years ago, or one that rolls right out of a factory right now, they're still the same weight. You know, so we got to be able to roll our sleeves up and go to work. We have what we need, and we'll continue to build on some of the things that I feel like we need to incorporate from a weight room standpoint.
And on your staff, the guys and women under you, are there people that you're retaining? You bringing people with you from Louisville? How does that work, or have you finalized any of that?
Yeah, so we haven't technically finalized that. I do have about 6 or 7 guys that I feel really good about, that I know that are all in and that want to be here. It's my job to make sure I get the best 4 out of those. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to do all our homework. I can say this, a lot of people have reached out. You know, they know this place is a special place. They know Coach Pittman is a special coach. So it's been overwhelming. You know, I think the first day that it officially came out that, you know, I was accepting the job, I think I had 126 text messages, you know, from colleagues, but half of those are people that are trying to get in on the job. You know, they want to be here. They want to be a Razorback. So once again, that goes back to how special this place truly is. We're in the midst of hiring a nutritionist and their staff. But when it comes to staff here, it's going to be a clean house.
I appreciate you coming in, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Arkansas, Coach. Hey, I've got
Yes,
a
sir.
question. Just when Sam Pittman got the job, he inherited some 280-pound offensive linemen, 270, but coaching philosophy before him. How do you, and they've gotten bigger, and I get that, but how do you get players, especially I guess linemen, they're all players bigger, but maintain their quickness and speed? What's the key? What's some keys to that stuff?
Well, you guys know, we all know at the end of the day, you got to work, right? If you're going to get faster, right, you're going to do, different speed and, different explosive, different plyometrics, all that. Like, you're going to do that stuff. But at the end of the day, like, you got to do it with all you got. So that goes back to hard work. So number one, we're going to be built on hard work. To grow, specifically, if you're talking about our O-line and D-line, we've got to continue to use our resources. We have so many resources here that I feel like are untapped. So we got to do a better job of that, from supplements to nutrition to our staff to our food. I mean, the Jones Center, I've already been in there 4 or 5 times with our guys. I mean, it's as nice as anywhere you're going to find in the country. The food is as good from a tasting standpoint that you're going to find as the country. So we just got to maximize all the resources that we have here, and that's what's going to matter. And then, as we all know, we got to continue to recruit, right? We got to recruit the best in the country. And Coach Pittman's, just as good, if not the best, as anybody in the country recruiting, especially interior guys. So I think it's a mix of all that. And we've got to continue to do that day in, day out.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And Coach, I don't know if 10 days is long enough to really learn too much, but I'm curious if anybody has stood out to you from a physicality, athleticism standpoint with what y'all have done so far in the weight room and stuff like that.
I mean, honestly, all of them have. I've been very impressed. It's very impressed. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm coming into a program where some things just got to be changed a little differently. The previous staff, I think, did a good job. There's going to be similarities, but there's also already a lot of differences. And I think if you asked our kids, they'd probably tell you that. But it's not like I'm coming into a bad situation. I'm coming ahead of the game as opposed to behind it. So it's encouraging. These kids want to work. They want to push. They want to win. It's our job to make sure that we hold them to the fire. And what I mean by that is we got to win every day. So whatever, our objective is that day, we have to do that to the best of our abilities. And if we can do that and we continue to do that every single day, we're going to like the results. We're going to like the results that we got.
And then also, I think you were on staff at Georgia when y'all came and opened up the 2020 COVID season. But other than that, have you ever been to Arkansas, have any other ties to the state or the program or anything?
I have not. Only thing I remember is we were down at halftime, game one of, I think that was 19? 20. Yeah. So, and I'll be honest, when I was at Georgia, Coach Smart said that was the loudest half-full stadium we've ever been to. So I can't wait until we play that first home game and we roll the ball out and, get around Hog Nation and we call the Hogs. Like, that's why I came. Because I know it's a special fan base. I know we got great kids here. And our leader, Coach Pittman, I believe in him. I believe into him with every ounce in me. And I know he's going to give everything to this program. And I'm going to do the same. He's going to get my best every day.
All right, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thank y'all.